right, guys, welcome to lick number 6. This one is quite interesting because we deal with holding the top notes for a little bit longer and also some chromaticism. And I think of this as almost like this spider crawl where you're using your fingers and they're working together. And it's just, it might seem a little bit difficult, but it's teaching a lot of things about how we use the hand and how we can hold notes and use chromaticism and things like that. So let's just go ahead and dig right in. Don't be intimidated by this lick because we're going to play it really slowly. We're going to learn it really slowly. And after you repeat it for a while, you'll get it. So here we go. The first thing is I think about the flat 7 of C. So there's my flat 7 and my 9th. So 1 and 2. You're just coming down the scale. 1 and 2. And then when I get to the G sharp and the C, that's the first thing I'm thinking about, is I went down 1 and 2 and. Here's where the E locks up. So the third note, the middle part of the triad, locks up with the G sharp and the C. So notice that that's my sharp 5 of the scale, and that's my root of the scale. So I can help visualize getting there. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. When I get to that G, that's unison, right? G with the G. So here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And then once I get to this E, I'm on the C again. And another thing to notice is watch my top note. When I get to that C, I hold the top note, C. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Let's just go over the notes here. So B flat, A, G, then G sharp and C. Chromatically up, you go A, back down, G sharp, G, and I cross over with my second finger on F natural. I like the sound. I used to try to play this lick with the F sharp, but I think I like the F natural, setting us up for the E, which is coming next. So we have this, and 2, and 3, and 4. Remember that those are together. And then I hit the third of C, which is E. And then I'm going to go up with my third and fifth finger and do C and E. So it's the root with the third. Let's do that again. 1 and 2. So I went root third, flat 7, and now I'm going to go 6th note with the root again. So noticing that I'm finding where my roots are as I'm learning this lick. I'm visualizing getting to these certain spots, and often that's the root or the third of the chord. So let's do this again from the beginning. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and A and C. So that's the 6th note and the root. And when I get to the A and C, the 6th note with the root, I'm also on the third again. So that's where I lock up the left hand. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So once I hit this A and C with my first finger, and I'm using my thumb and my fourth finger, I'm going down chromatically with my second finger, thumb, now back up, and then the lick is done. Let me do it a couple times slowly, and then we'll go to F and do the same thing. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now let me say this about this kind of lick and exercise, and it's going to be new for most of you, right, doing this kind of thing. Now, I have a classical background as well, and when I studied Bach and Chopin, we had to do that all the time, where you hold notes while you're using other fingers to do chromatic things. So this is a great skill, and it's something that's going to be different from what a lot of you are used to. So we're going to keep working on the repetition of this, so don't worry, we'll do this in a lot of different lives that we do, but let's just go ahead and do it one more time, and then we'll go to F. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and All right, let's go ahead and do this on F. Now, the first thing I have to think about is the flat 7 and the ninth. We're going to get there. And then we just we're holding the top note, but we're coming down. So now we're on F. And I get to the sharp 5 of F, which is C sharp and the root. And that lines up with a third. Let's do that again. So coming down, holding the top note, and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So our notes, E flat and G, D, C. And I get to the sharp 5, which is C sharp and F. Notice that I have the tonic of the F chord on top. That's another visualization, getting to there. And notice that as I play this down, all I'm going to do is go up a half step in my right hand, or with my thumb up to my index finger, and then the roots on top. So it's all staying right there under the hand. And I go D, C sharp, C, and I'm going to cross over with my second finger, and then I hit the third and the root together, the root and the third there. So 2 and 3 and 4. And notice that on 4 I'm on C's. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, the root and the third. Now I go up once again to my root and my third with my fingers 3 and 5. Flat 7, and then once I get to my 6th note and my root, let's do that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and. Now I'm on the third with my 6th and my root. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That's just the last part. You do C sharp, C, C sharp, D, and then it starts over. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Let's go back to C. And then the last key that we're going to do is going up to G. So the bass line, of course, is still the same, and you're looking for the flat 7 of F and your 9th note. So we come down the scale, F, E, D. Now watch this. I'm going up a half step in my right with my thumb to my index finger, and then the root's on top. Once again, it fits right under the hand, and you're going up a half step, and then you have your root on top. Really important to visualize that. And I go chromatically up, E, D, E flat or D sharp, D, and then I go crossover and do a whole step down. Let's do that again. Right here. And now I go up. So I hit the third. Let me just make sure I'm telling you how to lock these up. And 2 and. So the B is with the D sharp and G. And then the third gets the B. The G gets the third. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Now I'm going to go up with my root and my third on top with fingers 3 and 5. 2 and 3 and 4 and, oh, and that's the other thing, is notice that my G's are together there. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and. Let's do it again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and then I do the flat 7, and then I do the 6th note and the root. That's the last thing that I have to visualize, and then I just come down chromatically. Let's do that. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And then let's do it back again on C. I realize that this is almost like learning a whole piece or a classical exercise or a classical piece, but it's something that you will love to play, and it will kind of add really a lot of spice to your playing if you do that. You're not going to do that a lot, and it's not necessarily just a natural blues feel, but it is a really cool technique to be able to do this. So you could be playing like the Dwight lick. And just kind of throw it in there, and it'll kind of maybe freak your parents out. All right, guys. Or a family member of yours. All right, have a great time with that, and I'll see you in the next video.